Hello, hope you're having a great end of your week and that things are going really well and you're getting back into the swing of the semester after spring break. After hearing from a few of you and um, communicating with some of you, meeting with some of you, I thought it might be nice for me to share a little video with some ideas and helpful tips for moving forward with the class as well as with the casebook assignment. So first and foremost, please read the week at a glance. Always first thing as soon as I post the modules. That's going to be so helpful for you to really know what's happening. Next, I strongly encourage you to open up and at least read every assignment so that you know what each assignment entails, when it's due, if there's an extended due date or grace period, and so on and so forth. Also, I've written this, I've shared this, I've said this many times. Please reach out to me before a due date if you need an additional extension beyond the grace period. And also, it doesn't mean just sending me an email and thinking that it's all approved. We actually have to communicate back and forth, okay? So reach out to me soon enough for me to be able to get back to you and for us to have a conversation. I think that gets to that. The other thing is, please look at my feedback on your essays. And if you still can't open it, some of you can, some of you can't, please email me as soon as possible and then I'll record it for you and post it for you like I did with the first essay. Now I think that's about it with that. Casebook. Now, unless I've spoken to you, you and your group are going to address every item, visual, poem, essay, whatever it is in each casebook. Don't forget that in addition to analyzing each article, you are also giving your own argument on whatever your topic is. So you and your group need to come to a conclusion about what you want to prove, what you believe, and then you want to have an intro, your own thesis statement, and then you want to also, you might fashion your body paragraphs along with how you're going to address the different articles from the casebook. So you might think about what are the major points to support your argument and how do the articles in the casebook, the visual rhetoric, how do they relate to what your position is on the issue at question. And so then as you're presenting your idea, you can also walk your audience through an analysis of the essay and explain whether or not you think it is a strong argument or poor argument and why, whether or not you agree with it or disagree with it and why, and how that relates to your position on the issue at question. Now, don't forget those critical thinking worksheets that we did with Raya and Takaki. Those were really important because you want to essentially do a critical thinking worksheet for everything we read from here on out. And so what that means is for these assignments, you'll want to also kind of walk us through what's the conclusion or the thesis statement. What are the major reasons? Are they true and acceptable? Why or why not? How are there any ambiguous terms? Is there any fallacious reasoning? Do they address the opposition? How's their ethos, pathos, and logos? And those are some questions that you can pose to your audience as well so that they can be thinking about things too. But you can also pose broader questions. Now, each of you is going to present a little different, something different from the casebook, and you want to at least be aware of who's presenting what and speaking on what topics because you don't want to repeat each other. And you also want to go ahead and introduce yourself when you begin. Maybe have a transition from the previous speaker. So-and-so just talked about this. My name's such and such, and now I'm going to be talking about this. And then a conclusion. Right? You can have other videos, you can have other images. You have carte blanche to present your argument, present your ideas, present your analysis of these arguments as you see fit. Finally, I ask, because I had some difficulties with the ways things were being uploaded to Canvas, it was hard to download them. Can you please upload your complete presentation to YouTube and have one of you in your group upload the YouTube link to me? There have been some questions about group work. This is an honors class. Honors class has at its core more student involvement, more student engagement, more student-led discussions. So that's a part of why we have these presentations. In addition, there are requirements from the state for online teaching that need student-to-student interaction and contact. And so this is one of the ways we do that. And then just good teaching. Pedagogically speaking, student collaborative learning is a really key element in learning, education. And it's also something that you'll engage in many of the different career paths that you're taking, if not all. So it's just really good practice and teaching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out. I'm going to be offline this weekend, but I'll be online today, Friday, and on Monday. Okay? I wish you well. I know you're all going to do great, and have a great day. Bye.